Welcome. You'll need a block for this practice. And today I'm going to be reading out of the Woman's Way through the 12 steps to start our class together. And this comes from step 1. The first step in recovery is to look inside ourselves. Turning inward is the beginning of becoming more truthful with ourselves. Honesty is essential because our addictions thrive on dishonesty. We have become accustomed to hiding from our true feelings and values. So you can welcome your eyes to close if that feels supportive for your practice. And as you do that, you bring your attention inward. Turn inward. Turning inward is the beginning of becoming more truthful with ourselves. And when you turn your attention inward, just notice what you notice. Just notice, where does your attention go when you come inward? In recovery, when we're talking about honesty, the phrase "to thine own self be true" often comes up. So sitting here in this moment with yourself, ask yourself or be aware, is there an aspect of you that you keep hidden? Is there an aspect of you that you keep kind of locked behind the door? And are you willing to turn to it and offer it a warm, friendly smile? And where might you sense that part of yourself lives in your body? Is there a body sensation that arises when you think about this? And please now start to deepen your breath so that when you inhale, inhale through your nose if possible and breathe down into the low belly. And see if you can relax your low belly on the inhale and let it fill up with breath like a balloon. And as you exhale, exhale through your mouth like you were blowing through a straw. So the inhale is down into the belly through the nose. And as you exhale through a straw, draw your low belly in so there's some tone there. The low belly, pelvis, hips are all sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is the seat of the self. And so we're creating some conscious energy here with the breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, actively drawing your low belly in so it's like a pump for your breath. And at the bottom of your next exhale, please take your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. And as you inhale, bring your arms up to the sky, palms come together. Exhale, hands down through midline. And on your inhale, same thing. Inhale is widen up, and the exhale, hands right down the middle. And here, be true to yourself with your breath. So your inhale and exhale does not have to match mine. In fact, it likely won't. Be true to your breath, honest. And the next time your hands are in front of your heart, please pause right there. Bring your thumbs to your sternum and take a nice big breath right into your heart center. Great. And from here, walk your feet out in front of you. And I'm going to move my blankets aside here. So if you're sitting on something, you can move it aside as well. Feet will come out in front, and please take your hands back behind you on the floor, whatever amount is supportive and comfortable for your shoulders. So part of the yoga practice, when we're talking about to thine own self and honesty, is really being where you're at with your body. And you can have a sense of if you're pushing yourself too far, because the breath will get choppy or jagged. You can't get a deep, full breath in. So here, lift your heart center up. And you can take your chin or your gaze up towards the sky, whatever amount feels comfortable. And whatever amount you choose, see that you can still get that breath in through the nose, down the throat, and into the low belly. And at the bottom of your next exhale, bring your head back down to center. Look forward. And start to windshield wiper your legs from left to right. Great. The next time you pass through center, pause there. Walk your hands forward, bring your torso upright, cross your ankles, and then bring yourself forward so that you can come to hands and knees position. From hands and knees, please make your way to downward facing dog pose. When you get to your dog pose, make any little adjustments that you like. And then find some steady stability in your dog pose. And once you're stable, let's come back to the straw breathing now. So you're inhaling through your nose. Relax the low belly, let it fill up with breath. And as you exhale, draw the low belly in and exhale through your mouth like a straw. A few times just like that. At the bottom of your next exhale, please walk your hands back to your feet so that you come to a standing forward bend at the back of your mat. Feet are about hip width apart, maybe even wider, and your knees can be bent any amount. Legs do not have to be straight. And again, check in with your breath. Notice if you might be pushing too hard into the forward bend, grasping, reaching. Be honest with yourself. On your inhale, come up to a half lift and exhale back down to forward bend. And repeat this a few more times with the pace and rhythm of your own breath. And to thine own breath be true. Next time you come up to your half lift, please stay there. Now isometrically hug your legs toward each other. And this will strengthen your legs rather. And with your strong legs hugging toward each other, take your arms out wide and rise up to standing with a flat back. Bring your palms together and draw your hands down to your heart center. Pause here for just a moment. And release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms wide and up. Exhale, come down to your forward bend. On your inhale, half lift. And exhale, come down. Inhale to rise with strong legs. Palms together. Exhale the hands down through center, and we'll do that one more time. Inhale wide and reach up. Grow tall. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale back down. Hug the knees toward each other or the legs toward each other as you inhale to rise back up. And exhale your hands down to the heart. Pause for a moment of mindfulness. And release your arms down by your sides, please. And come to a wide stance on your mat. So if you need to see me, you might need to turn your mat sideways. And you're going to come to a stance to where you're about one of your leg lengths between your feet. So I'm barely 5'3". My legs are short. There's not much space here. You'll need to sort it out for yourself, of course, depending on your height. So from here, please take your hands to your hips and then lift your tailbone, tip your tailbone up behind you. Your chest and your torso will come forward. So this is like in cow pose with an arched back, and then you'll come back up and tuck your tailbone down. And then repeat. So you're tipping the pelvis forward and then coming back up and tipping it down. You can make this a small motion, standing without bringing your torso forward, or you can make it bigger. You get to choose. Choose what feels best for your body. And as you move here, Offer your innermost self a warm, friendly smile. Find your way back to center, and then tip your left hip up, right hip down. You can put a little bend in your knees if that helps. And then other side, right hip up, left hip down. And just move side to side, just like this. Now your range of motion, it may be different than mine. It's no problem. Come back to center and draw big circles with your hips. Let's go counterclockwise. To you on the screen, it might look clockwise. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Beautiful thing about recovery, we do not have to be perfect. Progress, not perfection. Next time you come up to standing in neutral, reverse the direction of your circles. And find your way back to center. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms wide and reach up. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, sweep your arms wide and down. Press your palms away from you. Again, inhale, reach wide, look up. And exhale, sweep wide and down. So you're going to do this a few more times. And you can think about this as clearing the windshield to the heart. So you can see what's behind the door. And next time your arms are down by your sides, pause there. So you'll need your block. We're going to practice some warrior two and side angle pose. The block will be down for side angle, so you can turn your left foot out from the position that you're in. And I'm going to set my block in the inside of my left foot on its tall setting. That's how I like it for side angle pose. And once you get yourself situated with your props, you can bring your hands to your hips. Back foot is parallel with the back of the mat or thereabouts. The foot might be turned in a little bit. And put a bend in your left knee. And then sweep your arms wide and take your gaze over your left hand. To the parts of you that you might keep hidden, you can reach toward with your left hand. Turn your palm upward. And think of the left hand as a gesture of welcome to any part that you might keep hidden. Reach out for that and welcome it with a warm, friendly smile. Breathe. At any point, you can straighten your leg if your quad muscle gets to burning. From here, please rotate down, bring your left hand down, either to your block, or you might take your forearm to the top of your thigh. Your right arm reaches up, 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 and then you might take it overhead in line with your ear. Decide where that left arm is most supportive for your pose. And breathe down into your low belly. Good. Now on an exhale, strong legs, strong core, come back up to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach your front arm up and your back arm down. Pause here and breathe. Breathe into your low belly as best you can. Be honest with yourself here. Can you breathe smoothly and deeply? If yes, great. If not, come out of the pose a little bit. Now on an exhale, come back down to warrior two. Inhale and exhale in warrior two. And then rest your hands down, straighten your front leg. You can reach down for your block or whatever prop you have. Bring it over to the other side, excuse me. Turn your left foot in, come up to standing. So both sets of toes are facing forward, hands to your hips. Again, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, arms down, pressing the palms out. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge at your hips and come forward and down. Either all the way down to a forward bend, or if you're not forward bending, you'll come to a half lift. And if you're at a half lift, you can use your block for support under your hands. And wherever you're at, let your head be heavy like a bowling ball. Three smooth and slow breath cycles into the low belly with your straw breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. And come back up to standing. And turn your right foot out. Same thing on the other side now. You put a bend in your knee, float your arms. Warrior two, how might this pose be a reflection of your innermost self? What might you express? And if you don't have an answer for that right now, it's okay. And just ask the question of your body, how might I express my innermost self right now? And find your way down to side angle pose, whatever version you're taking. Reach your left arm up and out in front of you. Root down through the outer edge of your left foot back behind you and reach with your left hand to create some opening in the left side of your body. And then breathe down into your low belly. Low belly like a pump, relaxing on the inhale and towing on the exhale. And anytime you need to come out of this position for a break, if that's your truth, so be it. On an exhale, come back up to warrior two. And on your inhale, straighten your leg, reach up with your front arm and back with your back arm. Look up towards the sky. Breathe, low belly. On an exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, lower your arms, straighten your leg, turn your toes in. And here you can heel toe or just step your feet together. Come to mountain pose. Pause here. And turn to the front of your mat now. Walk up to the front. We're going to come back down to the floor through a little half salutation. So on your inhale, please sweep your arms wide and reach up. And as you exhale, come down to your forward bend. Relax the weight of your head at the bottom. Inhale, half lift, energizing. Exhale down. Step back to downward facing dog, please. And when you get to downward dog, take your feet as wide as your yoga mat. And take 3 deep breath cycles, straw breathing down into the low belly, in through the nose, out through the straw. And after your third breath, please make your way down to child's pose. And if you have your block, place your block underneath your forehead for this child's pose today. Not only is the sacral chakra the seat of the self, but it's also where we store emotions. It's the center of emotion. It's also where we experience grasping and aversion, the swinging of the pendulum, back and forth, grasping, resisting, reaching, averting. From your child's pose, you can walk your hands back toward your knees. Press yourself up. And then come on over to lie on your back. When you get to your back, bend your knees, bring your feet to the earth, and then place your right ankle on top of your left thigh to prepare for reclined pigeon pose. Hug your legs in toward your torso and hold behind your left thigh. So this is a pretty deep stretch for the right butt muscles. And you may even feel this in your right thigh, the back of your thigh, your hamstring. Notice here if your shoulders are reaching up away from the floor in order for you to hold your leg. See if you can melt them down. See if you can relax your shoulders. And now here in reclined pigeon pose, ever so gently begin to rock from left to right. And as you do this, notice what's happening with the sensation in your right butt, in the deep hip stabilizing muscles. When does that sensation get louder, stronger? And once you find where that is, please hold the position there. And then take 3 of your deepest and slowest breath cycles toward the low belly. And there's a good chance it will be more challenging to breathe into the low belly here because of the position of your legs. Just do your best. And after your third breath cycle, roll back to center. Release your hands and unwind your legs. Bring both feet down to the earth. Take them as wide as your yoga mat. Arms out wide like airplane wings. Take both knees over to the left like windshield wipers. Actively reach your right knee out in front of you, like you're stretching the thigh bone away from the hip. And come through center with both knees and over to the right. Reach the left knee out in front of you. And find your way back to center, and then we'll take a reclined pigeon on the other side. So you can walk your feet in a bit. Left ankle on the right thigh, hug it in. Grasp behind your thigh. Now, if reaching behind the thigh is too far of a stretch, you can use a yoga strap, wrap it around your leg, or even the sleeve of a sweatshirt. Welcome your shoulders to relax down toward the floor. 3 breath cycles into your low belly. After your third exhale, start to rock from left to right. And again, notice when the sensations of the stretch get more pronounced. And then once you find that place, pause there and breathe. And so we're taking the body to where the intensity is, and then using the breath as a way to soothe and ground. And when we do these practices on the mat, it's easier to do them off of the mat. And find your way back to center, release your hands, unwind your legs, and make your way down to Shavasana. Welcome the body to be heavy with relaxation, and the mind to be still. Body is heavy, mind is still. Start to invite a slightly deeper breath. Make some small movements with your body. For instance, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. You might rock your head from side to side, however you like to prepare the body to come up out of Shavasana. And then you can make your way over to one side and gently press yourself up. If you'd like to grab something to sit on, you're welcome to do that. Find your way to a seated position. And we'll sit together for a minute of meditation. And please bring a hand over your heart and to your innermost self. What might like to be expressed through you? Bring your palms together in front of your heart. The light inside of me salutes the light inside of you. Namaste.